Hello and welcome to Comic Book Movie Oblivion, the podcast about feature films based on comic books and comic strips that people have stopped talking about. We're your hosts, Jordan and Kumar, that's me.
And me.
And this week we are talking about The Dragon from Russia from 1990, which I was watching this afternoon, and at 40 minutes into it, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I was like, I have to text Jordan and cancel the podcast because this is not based on Crying Freeman. I was like, I don't want any... I'm quite proud that we don't have any false positives. There are some of the other comic book movie podcasts out there have like Dr. Giggles on there. I'm like, that's a false positive. Wikipedia says that's the case, but it's not. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, we've got hoodwinked again. I thought a bit like, it was like Gwendoline. I was really like worried. Until about 45 minutes.
You went off half-cocked, because it very definitely is. There's no mistaking it whatsoever.
Absolutely. There's probably
you have to watch 2/3 of the movie in order to get to it.
That's right. So I'd say the movie's 90 minutes. They've all been 90 minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
And I would say there's a half hour of this that can't exist without Crying Freeman.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 minutes.
I've written the same thing. I've said the final 30 minutes, essentially, or...
Well, before the attack on that Russian base or whatever that was.
It's
what?
Well, yeah. So you're right. There's a period about 40 minutes before the end where it turns into Crying Freeman for about half an hour.
Yes.
And then the final 10 minutes is an attack. It's an attack, I think, on the Chinese border between China and Macau.
Okay, got it.
For some reason, they attacked the Chinese border, where there is also a dynamite factory.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of this movie, I'm just gonna make up what I think it is happening because I could not figure it out.
This movie's an absolute clusterfuck. It doesn't make. I really because I knew this movie. We must dispense with the segment. Jordan, explain this movie to me because I can't. But I did try.
You're right. Okay.
I will try. That is to say.
But the thing I was kind of getting, and this is jumping way ahead into the movie section, but the section that I understood the best was when they had the foundations of Crying Freeman to work off of. That like half hour, 40 minutes. I was like, okay. I get what's going on now. They want to kill this guy. He's in a romance. He's not allowed to. They're trying to kill him. I was kind of like, okay, I've kind of figured this out.
I think if we hadn't read the comic and done 2 movies about Crying Freeman, I still think you might struggle a bit because it really moves around a lot.
Yeah.
It might be a feature of the translation, partly because it's not particularly good translation, but also, it doesn't seem clear why Maggie Cheung is in.
And you get an opening scroll which tells you it's like the future or something, and people have superpowers. I was like, what? And then you're watching the movie, and it's 1990.
It's not the future.
There's nothing in the future, but the opening scroll tells us in English, in this red lettering, it is the future. People underground have superpowers or something. I was like, what? Yeah, there's no... And then I was watching opening scenes, I was like, okay, is this all taking place underground? No, none of this is underground.
They mean... Underground there means a secret society.
Okay.
But...
Yeah, okay, but still was really... Let me see if I can find this little bit. Then we'll backtrack and we'll talk about the
we cannot move into...
Oh, it says that in the end of the 20th century, underneath this highly modernized city with advanced technology, there lives a group of people with supernatural... come on. Anyway, so it's supposed to be advanced technology underneath the city.
No,
It's a mistranslation.
It's been clumsily phrased. What they mean is, at the end of the 20th century, beneath our civilization and mechanized society, there exists a secret society of people who still operate with the martial prowess of the past. Okay. It's a trope of wuxia, of course, is that people in history possess...
So it's the technology of 1990.
Seems advanced compared to the old world of Kung Fu, which was nonetheless... more advanced than ours in some ways. That's a common fallacy of wuxia that people had greater understanding of the human body and had special powers in the past.
Okay. Well,
we can just cut all that.
No. This is all relevant actually because that's the kind of stuff that the manga was building on. The manga was pulling from Hong Kong movies, from martial arts movies, and had all these people with superpowers. He could smell like these perfumes, and all these kind of magic powers that he has were based on this source material. This is. I mean, in a sense, we've gone through 3 iterations here, where first you've got the Chinese martial arts movies, then you've got Crying Freeman, which is based on those movies, and the seemingly superpowers, the ability to jump backwards up onto a door frame, etc., things like that.
That's right. You know, that hadn't occurred to me, but I think you're right, and I think we should return to that when we get to adaptation. Okay. But first, let's talk about Volume 5. Okay. You threatened me with Volume 5 over the last couple of weeks, and I must say you did not disappoint.
Yeah.
Really, the apotheosis of this this manga occurs in Volume 5 when it reaches a point where it can't get any crazier.
Yes. 100%.
In fact, everything after this is a bit of a letdown.
Well,
because there's a few stories left.
Yes, there's a few bits.
But essentially, where we left off, Freeman had been captured by Nina Heaven,
who's the head of the kidnappers organization.
The KO.
Yeah.
And she is obsessed with Freeman.
Yeah.
Very much.
Sexually obsessed because she witnessed him commit a murder, and she's some sort of sadist, and she gets off on...
Well, she witnessed him commit the murder, the very first one, where he was dressed as a bellhop.
Yeah.
Ever since then, she's been using photo manipulation to put his head on her paramours in all these photos, which she has. Anyway, it's bonkers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we established that. Now, we kick off the beginning of Volume 5. We just go straight to 100. He's got to fight people to the death in the ring.
In a ring, in a big arena. These are guys, by the way, that we mentioned last week are shell-shocked Vietnam vets.
Yes.
They cannot fit back into society, so now they've joined KO. When the fight starts, immediately she strips naked. Yeah. She's in the arena, and she starts masturbating.
Everybody starts masturbating.
Then I think they see her or the fight. I'm not sure what gets them up, but they whip them out. They whip out their dicks. They start jerking off.
This is everyone. Everyone in the audience.
All these shell-shocked Vietnam vets are jerking off in the audience as they watch this blood sport.
Well, we haven't even got to the blood sport yet. It's just Nina dancing, and she's masturbating. Yeah. All the guys are jerking it.
Yeah.
We've got panels of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Freeman, of course, he's still the master of the situation. He refuses to fight.
Right.
Until they agree to release the hostages that have been taken, the granddaughter of the guy from last week. Whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is he dispatches one opponent, and then kind of like the chief bad guy, the dragon to Nina, steps into the ring. This is almost unimportant because what's going on behind the scenes is that naked Emu and naked
Bayashan, the quote-unquote sister, who gets off when she sees them get off. Like when Emu and Freeman are having sex, she orgasms.
She had an orgasm when she was like washing their backs or something. It's just everybody's very important. Kazuo Koike really needs us to know when people are orgasming and when they aren't.
Yes. By the way, one of my favorite scenes is she does this escape. They're in this room. She's in the room with one of the kids that's been kidnapped, and there's like a security camera, and they're being monitored. And she looks up at the camera, and then she jumps straight up in the air and smashes her head against the camera, which destroys it. And then they're able to. She snaps the chains. By the way, she's running around naked for this whole sequence.
She's completely naked all the time. Emu's naked as well.
And she snaps these chains. She has to get into all these positions. By the way, this is not... It's not almost not titillating with Bayashan because she's morbidly obese.
Yeah.
And she's trying to... And she, with her muscle, just snaps these chains. But she has to spread her legs in all these weird positions and we're getting all these close-ups up.
So she and Emu, while the blood sport's going on and everyone's jacking it, Bayashan and Emu are infiltrating the base. They're completely naked. This is very conspicuous. Is this the right way to infiltrate? That's another thing. It doesn't matter. Everyone's naked all the time, even when they shouldn't be.
Yes.
Bayashan smothers a guy to death in her boobs.
Yes. Yep.
Then somehow they get 100 grenades.
Yeah.
And set them all... How do you pull the pin on 100... And they roll them all down the aisles while these...
I don't think you need to I think the idea is that they pull a pin on one and it blows up the other.
So it's a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So somehow they managed to throw 100 grenades all through this large arena so that they all go off. Nina
is reaching the point of where...
Well, she climaxes.
Yes.
And then her head blows off.
At the moment of climax, her head is blown off her body. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. As she cries out, "I'm coming," her head is thrown
literally
clear.
Blasted off her shoulders.
Blasted off her shoulders. It's incredible.
Nuts. That's pretty much it for KO.
Yep.
They escape. Bugnug shows up in a helicopter. She's flying the helicopter, apparently nude. At this point, I'm just like, why not?
Yeah. Well, she first showed up when well, the first time I ever met her, she got out of the car in the nude. So
yeah, this is how
why
the hell not?
This is how she handles vehicles.
At this point, I'm exhausted. At this point, I just accept it.
Yes.
And that
and Bioshan can't get in. She's too big.
She
can't fit through the door, and they have to airlift her out of there.
And that's it. You can't top that.
No, you can't.
So there are a few more chapters, but honestly, they're a bit of a letdown because you
they got this poet with these Geta sandals that have blades in them. There's at one point Bugnug does a striptease. There's this guy that's locked himself into a panic room, this gangster, and won't come out. But they convinced him there's a stripper that he can see.
Yep.
And it's actually Bugnug undercover, and she kills him in the nude.
Meanwhile, and then Freeman just walks out of a side room.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you kill him?
Yes.
It's just... Yeah, I mean, by this point, I was a bit, to be honest, I was starting to feel a bit ashamed of myself.
We get a lady that's supposedly an Eskimo assassin that wears nothing but her fur and her shoulder holster.
Yeah, she can see in the dark.
She can see in the dark. And then it turns out Freeman can also see in the dark.
Yep.
The enemies never figured for that. Why didn't you consider the possibility that I could also see in the dark?
It's so weird. I mean, they trick Freeman into going into an empty warehouse that she's in, and it's completely dark, and they've given him a gun with a light on it.
Yeah.
The light will go out as soon as he tries to use it. This is an incredibly convoluted assassination. They've got a night-sighted naked Eskimo lady.
Yeah.
A dark warehouse. A gun that won't work, but hers does.
Yeah.
And they trick him into going in, but of course he has perfect night vision, so he kills them, because of course he's Freeman. If you've got all this trouble, why don't you just put, a bomb in there?
Yeah.
He's going in there anyway.
Absolutely.
Even Freeman can't survive a bomb.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so now I started to feel a bit grimy at this point.
Right. Finally, he does go home in glory after all the enemies have been wiped out, and there's this crazy scene where all his crew are in an acrobatic dragon formation, which is impossible according to laws of physics. Some of them are dangling down off of various bits. Ikegami's very he's only shown it from a distance because there's no way this could.
I think we've established that in the world of Crying Freeman, if you get naked, you can achieve anything.
Yes. I think these guys are in suits though.
Yeah, but they're naked under their suits.
Right. I will say that there's a final chapter where. Freeman and Imu make love, and there's this kind of poetic stuff about light into darkness, and I actually like that part. And it was
well translated.
I remember working very hard because it doesn't make sense, and I worked very hard to make it sound beautiful as much as I could. And I do feel like that relationship is kind of sweet, strangely a sweet. They're there's a weird fidelity there, even though he's constantly screwing other people.
Constantly.
There's strangely I felt the bond. And the final page of the series I think is brilliant, where he kills somebody, she wipes his tear with a handkerchief, and it's 2 panels, and then it's the second panel is identical to the first one, but it's a little bit darker, as if you've gone to freeze frame in a movie or something. I think it's really effective, and I think it's a great kind of finale for the thing. Is it kind of expresses the nature of their relationship? He goes off and kills people, comes back, cries a bit, and she wipes his tears, and I liked it. I really do like the ending of it. And I liked except for the middle bit. But yeah, Volume 5, you start out absolute insanity.
I really think perhaps it should have ended after that final volume.
Yeah, he should have. We should have had the. You should have that explosion. Then we should have gone to that sex scene, and then the wiping of the tear.
That, I think would have been better, because those stories are a bit of a letdown after. How can you beat an entire crowd of Vietnam veterans all simultaneously masturbating?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I feel sufficiently confident at this point to give you my classic crying Freeman adventure.
Let's hear it.
It starts... Freeman has just spent a hard day not crime bossing. Now someone comes to him with a problem, / job, or / death wish. However, it is secretly a plot to kill Freeman and or take over the 108 dragons.
Yes.
The chief villain, or the chief villain's henchman, is a woman, but she can't resist his amazing penis. In order to thwart the plot, Freeman needs to strip naked. So do his allies. So does the villain.
Yes.
It is especially important to be naked in order to do things it is impractical to be naked to do, like swimming in an icy sea, knife fighting, or comforting a bereaved child.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Everybody has a massive tattoo.
Yep.
And finally, it is very important that someone does or does not have an orgasm.
Yes, that's right.
Then Freeman escapes in his dragon submarine.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, that's all you need to know.
It's great, he could have kept going. Except, how do you top the head blowing off? Really, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. Wild.
Okay, so let's talk about this movie. Directed by Clarence Fok.
Yep. Sometimes credited as Clarence Ford.
Okay, interesting.
He also directed Naked Killer, which is a notorious kind of Hong Kong,
one of those sexy...
It's a sexy
assassin.
A sexy assassin.
Why wasn't this a sexy assassin movie?
Yeah, I know.
Also, the guy's name is Clarence Fok. It's like just Jackin directing Gwendoline. Let's
Very disappointing that there wasn't a lot of Focking in Clarence Fok's movie. However, there is in Naked Killer. There is, although it's not about an assassin. She's sort of like she goes around stabbing rapists in the dick.
Okay, interesting.
And you'll never guess who stars in that movie.
Oh.
Simon Yam, last week's.
Really? So it was the one he did after Crying Freeman. When his career was on the downturn. Got it. Okay. Also, this is written by somebody named Ella Chan. I don't know who she is, but I looked on IMDb. She was still working up until 2008.
The fact that she was working after this movie is some sort of crime, as we'll discuss.
Yeah. Okay, so we get the opening scroll, which I mentioned. We've got the secret society. It starts with a fight.
This is very kung fu movie, very wuxia.
Yeah, they're all on wires, bouncing around.
There's two guys. This is a recognizable landmark in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Park Lane.
Right.
Vannie recognized it immediately since she saw it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. They've set up some braziers.
Yeah.
Burning, and they've got is it like an oni?
An oni mask.
It's the oni mask from the comic.
Yeah.
Enjoy that, because it's the last time the comic will appear for about an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, but that mask comes back, and I remember when it came, as I was going through the file the second time, I watched it on my TV, and then I was going through it looking for art to use, I noticed a mask, because actually the first time I really noticed it was at the funeral of the head gangster.
Yep.
Because they've hung it up on a church, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Then I went back and I flipped through volume 1 of the comic, and he's wearing that on his back.
Yes.
And he's wearing it on his back here when he walks into the police station or wherever he is.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I recognised it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very kind of straightforward battle between masters. They're just doing they're
on wires and they're
doing the backflipping off the ground.
One of these guys
very wire
has a kind of one of those Russian fur hats, and his face is all weird.
Yeah.
Which will get unpacked a bit.
Sure.
But then a third person comes into the fight. Now this happens again and again in this movie. You got two people fighting, and then a third person shows up, and you don't know who that person is, where they came from, who they're for or against. You don't know what's going on. Some third dude shows up, or woman. In this case, somebody shows up, and the guy with the messed up face is like, "Oh, you traitor! I'll get my revenge on you," and then he runs away.
Yeah.
And then we get opening credits.
Mm-hmm. Then the next scene is in a dojo.
Yeah.
Weird face guy's there again.
Yeah.
He has a strange voice.
Yes, very strange.
He kind of talks like this.
Yes.
Funnily, I found him very easy to understand in his case.
Interesting.
I think because he was speaking slowly.
Right.
And Van said that he was putting on some kind of accent.
Okay.
To make him... She thought maybe he was meant to sound Russian, but I don't see how that could be.
Is this dojo supposed to be in Russia?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because in the end, they're like trying to get back to Russia and they come to the dojo. And I'm like, is the dojo in Russia?
Who knows where the dojo is?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it is in Russia. But they're Chinese people, these assassins.
Doesn't matter. We've had Vancouver, London, now we've got Moscow. Also, we've had 2 Christmas movies in a row for some reason. Crying Freeman, these people are like, that Crying Freeman means Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Very weird. Anyway.
Interesting that at this Christmas they do a countdown, which...
Yes, they do a New Year's countdown.
Do a New Year's countdown to Christmas Day?
I don't know. Really want to open your presents, I guess.
Maybe it's something they do in Macau.
And you're supposed to make a wish as well. They've come up with some interesting traditions in... Yeah.
So we get an info dump. Basically, Weird Face Guy talks a bit about the 800 dragons. They do assassinations.
Well, what is this info dump? Immediately, I was like, I don't know what's going on. He says he's trying to kill the people that he trained.
Yeah.
So apparently he trained some people, a lot of them, I don't know, 50, 100, I don't know how many, but they've all turned on him.
There are a lot of traitors.
And he's going around getting all these traitors, people that he trained.
And who is and who isn't a traitor is very confusing in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he's got 4 students in front of him.
Yeah.
And they're the 4 kind of like martial artists that we're going to see throughout the film.
Yeah.
Later, who are antagonistic to him and each other later in the movie. So why are they all here now?
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, he explains that his face is like that because he's done
he's gone in disguise so many times and had so much plastic surgery that now his face is all messed up.
I think it's... Yeah. Yeah, that's the...
Including, like, elf ears. I don't know why your ears would be that messed up.
I think you've gone with the realist explanation. I think actually he practices some kind of martial art where he could change his face. But he did it too much.
Got it.
And now he's become a gargoyle.
Sense. In the context of the movie, yes. Yeah, so he looks like a gargoyle. There's this little kid that wants to, like, join the group, and she, like, jump stamp and stuff. Yep. By the way, also, we get intercut flashbacks of stuff, of, like, kills he's done and stuff.
Yeah, because...
And they're just smash cut into this
He's talking about how some of his students have run away to Manchuria.
Right. And they're not allowed to have families. This is another thing which makes them traitors.
Yeah, everyone's a traitor.
Yeah.
So he needs to track down these 2 students. I think he already got one of them in Manchuria.
Right.
But the other one got away.
Right. Okay, Chik Lao. Right. And there's a really funny scene here. Anyway, there's a little girl, like, she's a teenager maybe, and she's like, let me train with you. And she kind of like, she's bumbling comic relief. He goes to this, or maybe this is another flashback. Oh yeah, he goes to this bar to meet this lady, his contact. And he's like, where's Chik Lao? Or
this is I think this is one of the this is one of his escaped students.
And he's like,
the bar?
I think you know where she is. And he says, I don't know. He says, what's that letter you're holding? So the moment he happened to walk into the bar, she walks right from behind the bar carrying this letter.
Why didn't you just drop it, lady?
Or he just happened to show up the same day when she's got a letter from this guy? Crazy.
Yeah. This guy this goblin-faced man, he's I think his name is Liu Chat Long.
Okay.
But
the character's name or the actor's
name? The character's name.
Okay.
The actor's name is Tat Yuan.
Okay.
He plays 2 characters. He plays 2 roles in this movie.
Oh.
Which is why he's wearing this stupid face makeup.
Okay.
He's also the film's choreographer.
Okay.
Fight choreographer.
What's the other role? Is it a major role?
He plays the assistant that shows up later.
Oh. Why not just cast 2 different actors?
Why do that when you can save money and put some paper mache on your face?
Right. Okay.
Well, so he can...
By the way, there's fights are breaking out constantly. Just
well, this is
nonstop because you've got 2 flashbacks. We get martial arts. So we started with that opening fight.
Yep.
On the lane, and then while he's giving this exposition, which is about 5 minutes long, there's 2 flashbacks of fights. Yep. And then this girl drops down from the ceiling, and they fight her. And she's on their side.
Just a fight kicks off at this point.
Yeah.
And the master, he's credited on IMDb as Master of the Dead.
Okay.
Which is a cool name, but never used in our translation.
Right.
Instead, but we'll just call him the Master. The Master's doing... everyone's just doing goofy wuxia shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's setting off small pyrotechnics and flicking them across the room. Mm-hmm. Everyone's bouncing off the walls. Yeah. Tying one another up with cords and doing loop-the-loops and all sorts of silly wuxia shit, which I don't really associate with Crying Freeman, except, of course, for the kind of jumps that you mentioned. Yeah, and to me, it almost feels like this feels very... So it's like Drunken Master or something?
Yeah.
It's not as cool as Drunken Master, but it kind of looks like a very typical kind of like wire fighting Hong Kong martial arts movie. So it just sort of peters out and we cut to Moscow.
Right. Okay, so he does get the letter after the exposition from this woman.
Oh, did you notice in the bar, behind the bar they have a bunch of pictures of Aleister Crowley?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It's about 100 of them.
How bizarre.
Who did this set? Like, it's clearly just like a soundstage that they've dressed up like a bar.
But an odd choice.
I know. And they've got they have a black man, an extra playing saxophone, standing by himself in the middle of an empty room.
Yeah.
With
and
spotlights.
2 people dancing in front of him.
They've got this is one of 3 black extras.
I'm looking at it now. It's the same foot of Aleister Crowley with his elbows down.
Yep.
And it's just the repeated image. It's like just the same thing at the same size. It's not like a bunch of different.
Nope.
How so bizarre. Weird. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we cut to
Moscow. And it's like a different film starts.
Yeah.
We're in Red Square.
Yep.
This is in the Soviet Union, incidentally, in 1990. So this is the USSR.
Yeah.
This is the first Hong Kong film to be shot in Moscow. Probably the only one.
Right.
And our hero, Yao Long, who's played by Sam Hui, who is a well-known Hong Kong pop singer.
Okay.
Cantopop star.
Did he act before or after?
Like a lot of Cantopop stars, he also acted.
Okay.
But
was this his first movie?
No.
I'm trying to dig because he's really trying to do Jackie Chan in this movie. There's a lot of the gags seem like they were written for Jackie Chan, or the director told him try to be like Jackie Chan, or he was he had no confidence in his own acting skills and was like, I'm gonna just mimic Jackie Chan.
He's completely miscast.
Yeah.
He'd been acting for about 10 years before this. He did some popular movies called Aces Go Places. There's a whole series of them.
Okay.
Where he plays this character, basically.
Right.
A kind of happy-go-lucky, goofy, wisecracking thief.
This is played as a comedy, by the way.
Well, he does.
His character is played as a comedic character. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crying Freeman is a comedic character.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. A Christmas comedic character.
He's doing kung fu in Red Square, like busking.
Busking, yeah. Doing a sword show.
They try to change some money and they get chased down.
Okay, so we got to establish some of the other characters here.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So he's with 2 women.
Yeah.
In this scene, it wasn't clear until much later who these women are.
Yep.
But they're living with this guy. I think he's Uncle Dung. Is that Uncle Dung or is Uncle Dung someone else? Anyway, they're living with a guy who is basically their foster father. They were both orphans.
Yes. And
they're under foster care or adopted by this man who also has a natural daughter. It's
not super clear from our translation, but they are Manchurian.
Yeah.
So the 2 adoptees, the orphans, they're from Manchuria, and their foster father is this escaped former assassin from the 800 Dragons, as they're called.
Right. Okay, that's right. And by the way, the foster sister is played by Maggie Cheung, who I was very unhappy disappeared for half an hour in this movie.
Completely wasted in this movie.
I was like, oh my god, is she not going to come back? Okay, she finally does, thank goodness. But anyway,
we have 3 different movies.
Yeah.
Which will.
So anyway, and they've got the natural daughter of this guy, and in the first half hour of this movie, there's sort of a love triangle where let's call him Freeman, loves Maggie.
Yep.
The sister loves the daughter loves Freeman.
Yeah, but the 2 orphans love one another.
Right. So there's like this jealousy there.
We get this scene where it doesn't go anywhere though.
No.
It's only a couple of minutes. But we get this scene where they make a Christmas wish. So it's Christmas. Mm. They're eating turkey in their very nice flat in Moscow.
Yeah.
And Maggie Cheung and Freeman make a wish, which is that they be together forever.
Right.
Incidentally, Maggie Cheung's character is May. She's called May.
Yeah.
Which I found very convenient because that's the name of her character in Police Story.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay, oh, by the way, we learned in the... sorry, I shouldn't use the word learned. There was some dialogue in that exposition that there's this Kishido Japanese Yakuza gang, and they're looking for the list of... They're looking for the knock list, basically, of... I can't remember if they want the list of the 800 dragons, or if the 800 dragons want the Kishido list.
It's all very peripheral, isn't it? Because it hardly matters. Incidentally, Kishido is the guy that he was fighting in that first scene.
Right.
Which is why that Onai mask is there.
Oh, right.
Not that it matters.
Right, okay.
So, so there now people start showing up all at once in Moscow.
Okay. So, okay.
We're going to have to make simplifications.
Yeah, I know,
because plot threads go anywhere.
No, it's impossible to follow what's going on. But basically, yeah, as we know, Dad was a former member. He's the Chuk Lao guy that the Goblin is trying to get at.
Played by one of the producers.
Right. Anyway. And he's attacked by an assassin that shows up, so they get in a big fight, and they're fighting in like an arcade, and then another assassin shows up. Yet again, a third guy shows up, starts beating up the assassin that was sent for Dad.
Who is this person? We never learn.
Maybe he's a Kishido guy that just goes after random dragons.
But he's killed by this first assassin that showed up, who's played incidentally by a white guy.
Right.
Or a guy of mixed heritage. Not quite sure. The actor's name is Anthony Houk.
Okay.
Houk. He's credited as on IMDb as Heidao, the Guilo assassin.
Right.
Guilo being Cantonese for foreigner.
Okay.
It actually means ghost man.
Okay.
This is not his only comic book credit.
Oh. How interesting. One we've done or one coming up?
One coming up.
Okay.
Perhaps I'll let that drift into the ether.
All right.
Freeman, Yao Long, witnesses the Guilo assassin kill the mysterious guy who we'd never learn anything about.
Which is crazy because the next day Freeman decides to leave town. I'm like, he witnessed a murder and he tells May about it. He says, I saw a guy, because they see him later, I think, and he's like, hey, I saw him kill somebody in the subway. I'm like, wait a second, didn't the police investigate the dead body in the subway and weren't you a witness? Why isn't this being handled by the police? Why are you just walking away? So strange.
It's probably wise to avoid the police in Soviet Russia. Perhaps he's learned that lesson already.
Oh yeah, they've already run away from the police.
They did run away from the police. They're not actually. We've got to give the movie credit. There's some foreshadowing there. They're on sort of like on the lam, aren't they?
Right.
They don't like contact with the cops. They're living in a kind of legal grey area. Anyway, there's another point. So, the foster father goes back to his flat and waiting for him in his flat
is Goblin Man.
Yeah.
And Goblin Man says, I want Freeman, because I see there's something special in it, some special talent, so I want him. You're going to lead me to him.
Yep. So he doesn't want the list.
No.
So,
the knock list is out of the story.
Now, vanishes. No, it never comes up again.
Yeah.
So, the Goblin Man... Was the Guilo assassin in the first scene? Was he one of the 4 people kneeling in the first scene? I don't remember.
Oh.
Maybe? Who knows? They seem to be Master and this Guilo assassin are at odds, because later the Master kills the Guilo assassin.
Right.
So, is he a traitor?
Yeah, right.
Is he part of the 800 Dragons? Why does he want the list? Doesn't matter, because, as you said, the Master has asked his foster father, I want Freeman. That's what he wants now. I want you to leave Moscow, and he's not calling him Freeman yet, I want Yao Long, because he's got potential. I'm going to train him to be a great assassin.
The best assassin in the 800 Dragons, he says. Not any assassin, according to translation.
As far as we know, the Master has never even seen Yao Long. Now remember, in all the other adaptations of Crying Freeman that we've seen, in the other adaptation we saw, the first one with Mark Dacascos, and in the comic itself, Freeman, Mr. Yo, is abducted by the 800 Dragons because he witnesses a murder.
Yeah.
And if you read the plot synopsis of this movie in various places online, you will see that they say that Yao Long is abducted by the 800 Dragons and trained as an assassin because he witnessed a murder. That is not what happened.
No, he's witnessed the subway murder.
The Master doesn't even know that he's witnessed a murder. He's already telling foster father that he's going to train him into an assassin.
He's making it sound like he saw him do his busking on the street, but he did not. No. As far as we know, this guy's not hanging around on the street in daylight watching buskers and choosing who's going to be the greatest Dragon's assassin.
It is completely irrelevant that Yao Long saw that murder on the subway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes. But you have brought to my attention that is a plot point from the comic, is him as a civilian witnessing a murder, so they've actually stolen
They've stolen it and then made it completely irrelevant.
Yeah, yeah.
Which just...
They didn't understand why it was in there. They're just like, okay, at this point he has to win.
Well, they just don't care. They're just throwing everything in. They get on the train.
She's told, like, the daughter, the biological daughter says, we have to flee to Japan or something. I'm not sure why.
I think the master told him that he had to get out of Moscow, or he was already planning to leave Moscow because the assassins... He knew the assassins were after him because he went to sleep with his gun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even remember how he knew. But so they're leaving Moscow in a hurry. They're getting on the train. Right. They go to the station. At the station, as you pointed out, Yao Long sees the Guilo assassin and says, whoa, stay away from him. I saw him kill a man last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets separated from them, but then he ends up boarding the train at the last minute anyway.
Yeah. What was that? Just you need a moment of dramatic tension in this 1 second scene?
They get on the train. The foster father, he's absolutely betraying them.
Yeah.
Because he's booked them.
Yep.
He doesn't love his kids very much because he's booked everyone in separate compartments so that they'll be separate for when the master shows up, which he does.
Yeah. Well, first it is the master. But so this is lots of craziness happens here. The master confronts Chuk Lao, the dad, and kills him in a carriage when the two of them are in a carriage together.
Yep.
And
he tells him there's no further use for him, and then kicks his head into a...
And somehow, I guess something went in the back of his head, and he starts bleeding profusely.
There's a coat hook.
Okay, coat hook. That's what I thought.
But we couldn't see it from that scene, from that angle. It wasn't until the next scene where we cut away and we could see it.
He's bleeding profusely. Okay, cut to his daughter comes into the train car. Now, she starts talking to him. I'm like, doesn't she see the blood that's on the side of his head? The angle is we're not looking at. She's on the side.
She's on the side with the blood.
Where the blood was pouring out. And then the master jumps out and chokes her. Where was he? Did she not? I assumed he was not in the room. I thought this was 10 minutes later.
There was nowhere he could have been. Maybe he was on the
He could not have been hiding. He was sitting across, and he jumps this girl. Then he breaks her neck.
Then he takes foster father's body out of this compartment and puts it in the dining car.
Yeah.
And has him just sitting there.
Yes.
So
because then Maggie Cheung comes into that car where these two dead bodies are, sees only the dead body of the daughter.
Yeah.
And is like, oh my God, she's dead. And then comes out. Then they see that the uncle dead in the other part of the train.
He's in the dining car.
Yeah, in the dining car.
And then the other assassin shows up. The Guilo assassin shows up again.
Yeah.
And the master kills him. So were they not...
Why did he kill him?
Well, he says...
For failing his mission? What was his mission? He succeeded
He wanted the list. I guess he's just gone rogue.
Okay.
Everyone's a traitor.
Yes, like I said, he needs to kill everybody he's ever trained, it seems like, from that opening monologue.
That's what he says. People that he has trained can only die by his own hand, he says.
Right. Which I guess means the other assassins kill other people that he didn't train, like other members of their own organization.
Nothing makes sense. So he kills the Guilo assassin, then he goes back and gets Yao Long, subdues him, knocks him unconscious.
Yeah.
And then this part of the movie ends.
Yeah, so...
He kills everyone.
He takes him out the back of the train.
Oh yeah, jumps off the train.
Jumps off the train with him, takes him out the back, and then we get a scene of Maggie Cheung, being interrogated by Russian police, where she denies knowing Freeman at all. I'm not sure why she denies this, because later on, we learn in the movie...
She's looking for him everywhere in Moscow.
She spent years... She gets arrested 4 times. She's wearing a shirt with his face on it.
Looks like
and she gets arrested for being a nuisance.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Is this how you look for people? You wear a shirt with their face on it?
Have you seen this person?
Why don't you have a photo?
I don't know. It's very...
bonkers.
And they arrested her for just being a nuisance. If she's doing that for years after this, why does she deny even knowing him in the scene? It's so strange.
It is weird.
Why not ask them to please help my friend who was abducted off this plane where 2 other people were killed?
Yeah, some crazy guy with the goblin face murdered everyone on the train.
Yeah.
But because we don't see anyone else on this train. It's empty except for the 4 of them.
That is true.
He kills everyone on the train except for Maggie Cheung and Sam Hui, and he jumps off the back of the train with Sam Hui and sort of like runs away with him, looking like kind of like the Roadrunner or something.
Yep. Okay.
And then, as I said, a new film starts.
Yes. He wakes up with acupuncture needles in his head, and the teenage girl jumps down on him. She's like, he's lost his memory. This is a key point. He has amnesia. He doesn't know who he is. She's like, "Oh, you were a Russian orphan, or no, Vietnamese orphan."
She won't tell him who he really is.
And she says your mother was a prostitute, and your father was Viet Cong. And he starts training.
Incidentally, he's constantly wisecracking.
Yes, and there's fart jokes in here. There's all sorts of goofiness.
It's like this is the drunken master segment, like with the lunatic Mr. Miyagi style training sequences. Master of Death morphs into stern. How would you describe this character? He morphs into goofy yet like crazy old man trainer.
Exactly.
He becomes a crazy old old seafood.
Like he's got him chained up in like an ankle shackle.
They chain their ankles to one another.
And the master and student are chained to each other. And when he goes sleep at night, he goes up. He makes all these he makes a spider web in the rafters.
He turns the chain into like a hammock.
Yeah, and then he sleeps in it, and so his student is hanging upside down.
So Yao Long is made to hang upside. He has to sleep upside down. So he says, "Oh, the blood will go to my head and I'll die." And they say, "No, that's how we're going to train you." It's all very wuxia, making you do baffling physical activities in order to turn you into a greater martial artist. There's fart jokes, as you said. Sam Hui gets to show off his nunchuck skills.
Oh, actually, this was good. There's a scene where once he finally starts complying with the training, there's a scene where he's doing these sit-ups from the rafters, so they're suspended sit-ups, and he's swinging the nunchucks around while he's doing the sit-ups, and it was pretty good. There were some bits.
He's in okay shape too, considering he's basically a pop star.
Yes,
he's got enough. He's done enough training that he can pull off the kind of choreography that you see in wuxia.
Yeah.
So he's okay. But there's like you said, there's fart jokes. They sneak off into the woods. The woods are full of traps. In one scene, he's running through the woods, just yelling over and over, "I am a Vietnamese orphan."
Yes, my
mother was a prostitute. I am a bastard.
Yes. And he just repeats it over and over again.
It's so silly. And then he runs into an electric fence.
Yes, and he's gurning like Jackie Chan. Like there's a scene where he's supposed to put his hands in these hot coals to cook these walnuts or something, and he like has these kind of like it's too hot and he won't do it. So
this goes on for a while.
And we get a training montage with him singing the theme song of the movie over it. And the funniest part of this was, after they come out of the montage, we get a diegetic scene where he's whistling the theme song.
Well, he would have composed it because he was, the little girl, the teenage girl, the young woman, she's got a pet bird.
Yes.
Called Sai Guai.
Yeah.
Which means little turtle.
Okay.
But the subtitles say, translated as little guai.
Oh, right. Okay.
I guess they thought turtle would be confusing.
Yeah, right, yes. Yeah.
That bird flies into the electric fence and gets electrocuted?
Yes. Yes.
Pretty stupid bird.
Yeah.
Why didn't it fly in at any other point? It only flew in at a point when it was dramatic.
I don't know. That's a good point.
Stupid. Then we'll cut ahead. The dojo is attacked.
Right.
By, again, some of the master students. So, who I assume are members of the 800 Dragons,
I thought it was Kishido people. I thought it was the Yakuza attacking, because actually we get a conversation between these two people that have, I think, oh my god, I don't know, it's on they're like at a seaside diner or something. These people have a romantic evening dinner, and
this is the Razor Ryuji character. His name is Fa Long Yi.
Yes.
And he's talking to the widow character.
Right, the Kimie,
who's called Fu Gongguang.
Okay.
Fu. And what are they talking about? Are they talking about...
I think they both escaped from the organization. They're traitors.
Yes.
And
everyone's a traitor.
And they say, there's a funny line here where they're like, he's going to try to assassinate us. And then they laugh.
And
that's the end of the scene, is them laughing at well, he's going to try to kill us. Ha ha.
Now, but now do they... So who are the... Are they a splinter organization?
I don't know, because when the base gets attacked, when the dojo gets attacked, the master says, I can call in reinforcements. And then reinforcements appear. I think that is his 4 students. Because one of them is a girl who we saw, one of the 4 we saw at the beginning, and he tells her, you need to lead Freeman away from him.
Her name, confusingly, is also Fu. And she's played by Jet Li's wife.
Oh, really?
Nina Lee Chi.
Interesting.
She helps... So, first of all, the girl dies.
Yeah.
The girl with the pet dove.
Yeah.
She dies.
Yeah.
And Yao Long escapes with Fu Ling, who is played by Jet Li's wife.
Yeah.
She's very pretty. And then she tattoos his back with the dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's confusing because in order to lead him away, she attacks him.
Yes.
She beats him up and then he chases her as if she's an enemy.
Which makes me think that she must have been the people attacking, one of the people attacking, or is she one of the reinforcements?
No, because the master tells her, he says, go get Freeman out of here, lead him away.
Okay.
So she, on master's orders, goes to him. She's one of the reinforcements that shows up to fight whoever attacked the base.
All right. But here's where it gets confusing.
But they have a prolonged fight with these candles. This is the fight with the candles, right? Where he keeps lighting the candles for some reason.
He wants to see her face.
Oh, I see. That's what it is. Okay, got it.
Because she's wearing like a mask.
Right.
Anyway, he wants to see her face. Meanwhile, the master's fighting with the people attacking. He's doing silly things like attacking them with his hair.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes he catches knives with his ponytail.
He's got like a cue.
But that goes back to
exactly
Shaw Brothers movies from the 70s and stuff.
Yes, it's all very Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like Crying Freeman though.
No.
And then Yao Long flees with Fu Ling. We get a scene which is the only scene that really feels like anything to do with Crying Freeman. It's very slow motion. It's very sultry.
Yes.
She's tattooing his back, and she often has the paintbrush. Oh, she seems to be painting, not tattooing. But and
she pull off the bandages with her teeth. It's very sexualized. Yeah.
And she's got a paintbrush in her teeth.
Yeah.
Freeman often has a knife. Everyone's got a knife in their mouth. I should have added that to one of the elements of the classic.
Well, actually, once we get to his first assassination, he puts a knife between his toes.
Yep.
And he does toe attacks a few times in the movie, which was a big deal in the early comics.
In the crazy training sequence, the master makes him do everything with his feet.
Yeah.
So that sequence feels like a whole film in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like a separate movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, bizarrely, the Razor Ryuji's wife, Fu Guan, is watching him being tattooed in this scene.
That was her?
Yeah. She's in the next room watching. How can that be?
I do remember... I'd forgotten there was another woman in the room.
It's her.
Oh my god.
Her name's... The actor's name's Connie Ng.
Okay.
And we'll just call her... What did we call her in the widow? Anyway, because she will be a widow soon. She's there watching. So are they... This is why I thought... I don't know who anyone is.
Right.
How could she be there? They're on opposite sides.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're right. She's there.
It's pointless trying to figure it out. This movie doesn't know.
But she is a member of the organization.
Yeah, which we later find out.
Well, we knew from but in the conversation at the diner.
Yeah.
At the seaside diner, she said, "We're traitors. He's going to kill us."
Everybody's a traitor. Right. So the master apparently believes.
Did she at that point? Did he not know that she was a traitor? And so she's still hanging out at the dojo.
But this isn't in the... Is this in the dojo, this scene? Have they gone back to it?
Oh, right. Where is the... It looks...
It's probably the same set.
It's the same set. Let's put it that way.
So, I don't know where he is now. What faction he's part of now.
Well, he's part of the dragons, because she's like...
Yeah, but who are the dragons?
Wait a second. Where did Master go? He's
gone. He's just vanished.
He's vanished. She's like, you're a dragon now. I'm going to tattoo this dragon on you.
So she's now inducting him into the... She tells him his name is...
Freeman.
Jiu Yao Yan.
Yeah.
And he's now going to do assassinations for them. Okay. He has no memory.
Right.
Okay, but he still has his personality. He's still a wisecracking, happy-go-lucky, goofy guy.
Yep.
why would he agree to do assassinations for them?
Yes, this is a good question. They haven't programmed him like in the comic.
He was imprisoned by the master by a shackle to his ankle.
Yeah.
Now he's escaped, but he's agreed to be tattooed. He's agreed to be inducted into this organization, which might be a new organization, or it might be the organization that he was already being trained to be part of.
Yeah.
He agrees to go on his first mission, which is to assassinate somebody out the front of the Peninsula Hotel.
Yeah. This is the bellhop scene. So he's dressed
identically.
Yeah.
He's dressed as a bellhop, wearing a pillbox hat with Peninsula Hotel written on it.
Yeah.
He has a knife between his teeth. We get a lot of kind of slow-mo sequences. He stabs a guy with, it's like a spike. He stabs a guy in the eye with the spike.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Maggie Cheung appears again in the movie after an hour.
Yes, and she witnesses this.
Why is she here?
Well, this is worse. We talked about the coincidence in the comic where she happens to witness the murder of the Yakuza boss. She just happens to be there.
Yep.
And we have talked about how that was fixed in the DeCascos version.
Yep.
This version makes it worse by having her witness him just happen to be in the neighborhood.
He's also
2 times.
He's wearing a white mask. When he does his assassinations as Freeman, he wears a white kind of mask.
Yeah.
Half-face mask. How could she even tell it was him?
Yeah.
Why was she there? The cops arrest. Apparently, she yelled out his name, although we don't see that.
But that's the second. That's not this one. That's the next one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the bellhop one.
Oh, okay.
She does.
But she is there.
But after he does this murder, he goes back to his room. He actually cries.
Yep.
He sheds a tear, and I was like, "Whoa! This movie's now suddenly leaning in. There's no shame about
this is the half hour where it's crying Freeman.
Yeah. And he's attacked in his hotel room
by the assistant.
Oh. Why is the assistant attacking him?
He later says it's because he wanted to test his skills.
Oh, I see.
To see if he was worthy of him serving as his assistant. He's another 800 Dragons guy.
Okay.
As I mentioned, this is Tak Yuan, who is the choreographer for the movie.
And the master.
And also plays the master doing under all that makeup.
Right.
They have a fight throughout in the streets of Simchatsoi, and they're running across the top of walkways, which I myself have walked across in Hong Kong. I recognise them.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. But then he takes her to the base where the lady was that tattooed him.
Yeah.
And this base looks like a 1960s Sentai superhero base.
Yeah.
With all this weird gear and tape recorders going non-stop.
Reels of tape spinning on the wall.
Computers.
Yeah. Incidentally, which they seem to enter by accident because someone jumps, either the assistant or Yao Long jumps through a glass window in a moment of what seems like extremity to escape.
Oh,
and then they end up in the secret base.
Bizarre, okay.
Everything about this movie makes no sense. Nothing about this movie makes sense.
Okay, so he was being attacked by a guy who he knew was of the Dragons?
No, he didn't know.
Oh, so this is his first time meeting him.
Yeah, and then he says, "Why did you attack me?"
Accidentally ended up in the base where she's there, and she joins in the fight as well.
Yep.
She starts beating up
assistant.
The assistant. Why is she beating up the assistant?
Because he's beating up.
Aren't they both on the same page?
Yeah, who knows?
Aren't they both like, let's go beat him up and test if he's right?
Everyone's always...
Has this guy gone rogue to test Freeman?
It's like you said, there's a third person always jumps in for no reason. So in this situation, it's her.
Right.
Then it's time for his next mission, which is to kill Kishuro.
Right.
Who was the guy from the very first scene.
Yeah.
A young man wearing old man makeup.
Yes. I actually thought this was funny. It's really funny to me whenever Chinese movies or Hong Kong movies try to have a Japanese character. There's like a certain mustache or hairdo or the way the temples are grayed or something. That it always looks, there's this kind of weird cliche.
So Kishido has some relation to the 800 Dragons.
Right.
I think everyone in this set does. Right?
Okay.
Everyone in the world was once a member of the 800 Dragons.
Yeah.
Including you and me, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that door's about to burst open and the third person's about to start attacking us. But anyway, Freeman has to attack him, has to take him out, which he does by, again, why is he doing this?
Well, first the Fu shows up at this thing. There's also a cop there. I think he's Ernita, but he's called Santin in this version, I think. Yeah. But there's a bit of flirtiness between him and the wife.
She's already got her eyes on him.
Yeah, in the scene. Yes, but then as he's leaving, there's a huge gunfight because the assistant comes by on a motorcycle and just opens fire with a machine gun on this crowd of people.
It's a bit like what happened in the Dacascos film,
version, yeah.
where the much more competent assistant shot all the cars.
Yes. Yes.
As a distraction.
Yes.
Here again, the assistant's way more competent.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yao Long's, Freeman's idea of carrying out a covert assassination is to jump on top of a bus.
Yes.
Which we see about 9,000 times.
Yes. Yes.
So I think maybe Sam Hui himself did this stunt.
Okay.
And, well, I don't know for sure, but I think maybe he sat them down in the editing room and said, I'd like you to make sure everyone knows I did this stunt, so you're gonna replay it 6 times in slow motion.
Yeah.
No bullshit, that's what happens.
Yeah.
We see him jump on top of a bus 6 times.
Yeah.
Then Kishiro now jumps up on the bus too. He can fly on wires as well, because he's one of his, I guess he's a former 800 Dragons member. They have a fight.
Oh, by the way, Fu pulls out a gun. She pulls out guns. This one comes out of her kimono from somewhere.
Yeah.
Later on, she'll pull a gun out of her garter belt. I'll talk about that when we get to it.
That's at the funeral.
Yes.
After she... Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Yes.
More wackiness.
But here, Maggie Cheung is present at the scene again.
Yes.
So this is the second time, but this time she says his name, even though he's wearing a mask.
Yep.
She says his name, and the cops are like, hey, you.
Just like happened in the
comics.
Yep.
He's like, come in here, and they question her. Now, they saw... I'm sure Nita saw this guy wearing a mask when he attacked and ran away. They questioned her. They tried to reconstruct this guy's face. And then finally she chooses a option, which is a mask. Why is that an option in this little slideshow thing? By the way, the thing that swaps the mouth and nose, that's like in the comic where they're trying to reconstruct her face. But
the identikit.
It is crazy that they assume that she knows what his face is going to look like.
She can't possibly know. Well...
Oh,
well,
but they're saying what did he look like? Not tell us what he looks like.
Yeah.
You know this guy. What does he look like?
Yeah.
They're not asking that. She's saying I don't know. I didn't. And then when they get the mask, she's like, "That's him." And they're like, "Well, we can't do anything with this."
Yeah.
Obviously,
this scene just doesn't. Nothing happens. I think what they were going for is what you said. They want her to tell them what he looks like.
Right.
But the way they're going about it is by just doing identikit, different eyes.
Yeah.
Like they've got his the bottom half of his face.
Yeah.
And then they're just putting different eyes on and waiting for her to tell them what he actually looks like, even though... Then I guess out of exasperation, he slaps down a mask on top of it, and she says, "Oh yeah, that's him." And he's like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But it doesn't work. I agree, it doesn't work.
No. By the way, so this Nita guy, they've done his hair like in the manga.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
She's in Hong Kong to teach dance.
Yes. We do get a scene of her teaching dance.
Too short a scene, actually, because she's dressed up very cutely as like a Russian, like a traditional Russian peasant dancer.
Right.
Incidentally, in this scene, they keep calling her Yip Siu-Jie. Her surname is Yip. That just means Miss Yip, which was funny to me because that's also Vannie's surname.
Oh. But when she leaves the station, both Nita and Kimie are like, hey, that guy's going to kill you because he saw you. But she hasn't seen his face. Every person on the street saw that masked man.
Yep. Everyone. Yep.
Everyone. So why do they think he's going to come after her specifically? No reason.
Because she called out his name, but did she call out his name?
She did. That's why the cops interrogated her.
Did it happen on screen, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
So then we go back to her flat.
And we get a flashback about how she was wearing a shirt with his face on it.
With his face
and she got arrested 4 times. She's writing a diary, much like Emu in the comic, in the dark. And this is when I almost had a heart attack. Camera pans around. She's got a painting of Freeman holding the knife straight at camera.
Yep. But
I was like, holy shit, this is like... I was like, okay. Then Shock of Shocks actually pulls the move in the comic, which you didn't like, where he takes the place of it.
Yep.
She walks into the room, he's standing in the frame of the picture that he's taken out.
It's straight out of the comic. Okay. There it is.
By the way, you can see some more of her paintings behind her, and they're so bad.
She's got dozens of paintings. It's never been established that she likes to paint.
No.
But the sequence of events is so funny.
But
so we see... But you got to let me explain it. It's an absolute pisser. So we see that one painting, which is the one from the comic where is it a knife or a gun? Anyway,
it's a gun in this version.
Right, he's holding...
But actually, that painting looks good in the movie.
Yeah, so
compared to other work, which looks really bad.
So we see one painting.
Yeah.
She's painted a painting of him pointing the gun, straight at you.
Today.
Straight, yeah.
She's just got back from the police station.
Hey, when did she paint this? How did she have time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, then she sort of moves around a bit, and then in the next scene, he's removed the painting from its frame, and he's standing in the frame like he does in the comic. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. Weird. Then she talks to him a bit, and then we see him from her point of view, and then we notice that there are other paintings that she's done.
Yeah.
Behind him, it's so very distractingly, over his left shoulder, there's a painting of him sort of it's like a boudoir shot.
Yeah.
He's reclining naked from the waist up.
Yeah.
Like, with his pecs. And
Yeah.
I'm having trouble focusing on this scene because there's like a sexy painting of the...
Oh, wait a second. I'm looking at this painting that she's done, the first painting.
Yep.
This is going to blow your mind. This painting is of Yu Lung with no mask on, holding a gun.
Yes.
But the Yu Lung she knew was not an assassin that would hold a gun.
No.
The last time she saw him, he was a busker.
Yep.
So why is she painted
She must have painted it that day because when she got back from the police station, she painted it extremely quickly.
Right, okay.
But she's also been painting him constantly because after we see sexy boudoir Yolong, in the next scene, it pans out and we see there are dozens of paintings.
Yes.
Like she's a crazy person.
Yes. Yeah.
Her whole flat is full of so many paintings of all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
If I was Yolong, I'd have got the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. But her apartment is attacked at this stage. Her house is attacked by, don't know. Could be Yakuza, could be dragons. Don't know.
Everyone, just assume it's traitors.
But the assistant shows up to help, but he ends up shooting her.
Yeah, deliberately.
On purpose, yeah.
He shoots her in the back once, and then when she's not dead, he shoots her in the front.
That's right.
Then...
Freeman's like, I'm going to save her. He forces the assistant at gunpoint.
You forgot a bit. You've forgotten what I've written in all caps.
Okay. Flamethrower. I wrote that down in my notes, dude. Flamethrower. Yeah.
Assistant says he's going to take care of the evidence, which is the highly disturbing 100 different paintings of him.
Yes.
Which he gets out of flame.
Why is that evidence?
Yeah. I don't know.
Those are paintings were done before.
They're not like photos like they were in last week's.
No. Yeah.
He's just trying to get rid of the evidence, and he gets out of flame. Where did he get a flamethrower from? Anyway, he flamethrows it, and then Freeman forces him at gunpoint to take Maggie Cheung to the hospital.
Yeah.
She recovers incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
In a matter of hours.
I guess so. There's they meet at the Sentai base.
There's no obvious time skip. She hasn't had enough time to recover from bullet wounds. 2
bullet wounds. That were deliberately intended to kill her. Now we get the funeral for the big boss.
Is this a shower scene now, or is it...
No, it's coming up.
Okay.
First we get this funeral.
Which is in Macau.
This is a crazy scene. So as I said, the church has a huge banner with this Oni mask on it. Mm-hmm. The widow, or no, she's not a widow yet, she is wearing this sexy leather outfit. Which later reveals she's also carrying a gun in her garter to this funeral.
But hilariously, she gives up a gun before she goes into the church.
Yeah. Oh, or is it somebody else gives it up? No,
they both.
Her husband gives up. Oh, did she? But she must have 2 guns. She's got.
Yeah, she does have 2 guns, but it's funny that she gave one over when she didn't even need to.
Yeah. It
was just some sort of weird power play.
Yeah.
Like Razor Yuji gives Nita his gun.
Yeah.
And says, "Look after my gun for me." And then she says, "Look after my gun for me."
Yes.
And then she still has a gun.
Yes.
It's just a weird power play that makes no sense.
Yeah. One of her bodyguards looks so much like Dave Mustaine of Megadeth that it was distracting. He's a white dude.
Yes.
But his acting was like he was constantly looking around for danger at all times. Unlike the other extras who just kept their heads down.
These are your cheap, these guys, as I said, there's about 3 black guys who get a lot of screen time because they've paid these guys their $10 and they're getting their money's worth out of them. And then there's Dave Mustaine, who's their white guy with flowing blonde hair. He gets a death scene where he throws himself backwards very dramatically. But yes, he doesn't know how to act. He's They've said, you're a bodyguard.
And he's like looking around all the time.
Looking for threats.
Yes, looking for threats.
Up in the trees.
Yeah. They meet this nun who is actually our dragon assassin, one of our trio.
I think it's Ling.
Right, okay. Oh, so it's not the...
No, it's Jet Li's wife.
Oh, yes. Okay, it is. It is her. Yes, yes.
Nina Li Chi. She gives them a tape.
Yeah, what is on this? Was it hymns or something? Or?
It's a bomb.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
She sells Razor Ryuji a tape.
Yeah.
He like hits on her because he's a creep.
Yeah.
But she's not a real nun, so I guess it's okay. She sells him a tape. He pays her a huge wad of cash. A tape, and then Razor Ryuji gives the tape to Nita again because he's like like his gun. Like, look after this for me.
Yeah.
Okay, Nita has been given a tape. He's holding the tape in his hand. This tape's been thrown to him. It's been held by at least 2 other people up to this point.
Yeah.
He just puts it in a case, closes the case. Then a scene passes, and in the next scene, he looks at the case funny, holds it up to his ear, and says, "It's ticking.
Yeah.
It's a bomb."
Yeah.
You couldn't hear it when you were holding it in your hand?
Yeah.
It wasn't until you put it inside a container? A heavy leather container?
Yeah. There's a funny bit, too. I'm just watching the scene here on my computer. He's not even holding the case still like a person holds the case. He's swinging it like a little kid with his backpack.
Everything in this film is so silly.
So once the bomb goes off, now we get a huge fight scene in this church.
Yep.
A hilarious scene in the belfry where the bell is ringing while these guys are beating the crap out of each other.
It's Ryuji and Yao Long.
Yeah.
They're fighting one another. Freeman, Yao Long kills him with a knife in his toes, as he is wont to do. Then, is it the shower scene now?
Kimie shows up, he fights Kimie, he stabs her, but she's saved by Nita.
Yep.
Nita's like, okay, I'll get you to hospital. Then there's another funeral scene.
Kimie's the widow, yep. So the shower hasn't happened yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so next is... They just make... This is great. There's another funeral scene.
Now we get a Japanese funeral,
I think it's the same day, because they're still in Macau. So they've just picked up Ryuji's body, put it in a coffin, and they're saving some time and money by having it at the same time as Kishido's funeral. Right. We know it's the same time as Kishido's funeral, because his photo is there as well.
Yes, that's right.
Then, as in our previous iterations, Kimie, widow... She has sex with Nita.
She seduces him, and she basically is like, she says that after it's done, she says, "I've had cameras here." Now, her reason for doing this is to blackmail him into killing whoever killed her husband. Yeah. He's like, "I can't do that. I can only bring him in. I can arrest. I can arrest the assassin, but I can't kill him." And she's like, "No, I filmed you having sex with me." So now
how did she do that? Where's the camera?
Well. Here's my question. What's the blackmail? What has he done wrong in having sex with this woman, technically speaking?
It's the same as in the other 2 iterations.
Well, no, because in DeCasco's version, they threaten to say that he raped her when they get the photo. She, rips off her clothes, and he's standing there, and she makes it look like she's been raped.
Fair. But if I recall correctly, in the manga, it's just the social faux pas of sleeping with a widow at her husband's funeral.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. All right.
Anyway, he seems seriously threatened by this, so maybe he has a wife.
Right. Oh, that too.
Anyway, it's enough for him to completely knuckle under and
we
join
see that
forces
she's got the dragon tattoo, which we should have remembered from that earlier scene. It's not her.
Oh, when she was in the bath.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not when she was talking about being in the dragons at that seaside restaurant.
Oh, yeah, right.
She was like, "Hey,
oh yeah, she did have the tattoo there.
We betrayed them, and he's going to kill us."
I'm lost.
Okay, now we get the shower scene.
Oh, thank God.
Here we go. All right.
This is what's worth sticking around for. Maggie Cheung, now completely recovered from her bullet wounds. How?
She's got a huge wound on her back, which she calls a cyst.
Well, I wouldn't say it's huge. It's about the size of one of Gary Daniels' condom scars.
Yes.
So completely healed.
Yeah.
This is the funeral for a guy that died the same day she got those injuries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Or yes, it is. Right, when Kishido died.
Yeah.
So she's already completely healed, and she's having a shower, and then, incidentally, Assistant and Nina Lee want to kill her still. Right. They haven't given up on killing her.
Yes. So this is why there's so many fights in this movie. It's hard to describe how many fights are in this 90-minute movie. I'm going to say 90.
From fight to fight. One fight per minute.
There's constantly, and then a third person will join the fight. So here we get it again.
Nina Lee tries to kill Maggie Cheung's character now in the shower. Incidentally, don't tell Jet Li, but his wife is so hot.
Yeah.
And in this scene, she's wearing an amazing kind of like high-necked swimsuit.
Yeah.
And she's all wet.
Yeah.
This is the only reason you would watch this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, they so that she and Freeman have a fight in the shower.
Yeah. And then the assistant
shows up and joins the fight.
He's in the fight. It's a very tiny space.
Yeah.
And then Maggie Cheung's kind of involved in this because
she's in the next stall.
Yeah. 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 Okay, now Maggie and Freeman start reminiscing.
Yep.
And he doesn't have
his memory back.
But she's like going through photo albums with him and stuff and reminding him of stuff they did. This is when we have the countdown to Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yep.
But they're still like, Jet Li's wife is still trying to kill her at this Christmas party.
Yep.
Which is the scene after the shower scene.
Yep.
Okay, and then even, I think also the assistant attacks. Oh no, they're at their apartment. By the way, there's a running gag about how much he drools when he sleeps.
Yeah, he drools on Maggie Cheung's face, which is kind of gross.
Okay, so they decide... her apartment is attacked at this point.
I can't remember, but they have to make a break.
Yes, they have to make a break for it. And then they decide to run for the border, I guess.
I guess that's what's happening.
Okay.
Because, alright, so they're in Macau. Macau is quite near Hong Kong, a former colony of Portugal. At this point, still controlled by Portugal, which is why the cop cars have Policia written on them instead of... If that was confusing to you.
What year did the control go back to China?
Not long after this, I think.
But before Hong Kong handover? Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yes, before the Hong Kong handover. So, and I mean, in Macau, even today's signs are often still in Portuguese.
Right, of course, yeah.
And Chinese. So, I don't know why they think they would be safe by crossing the border into mainland China, especially since they shoot up the border.
Yes. Yeah, there's a huge firefight here. Actually, some pretty cool stunts, and jumping through fire and explosions and stuff, and this huge car chase and lots of machine gun action and breaking down fences and stuff. And the widow's here as well.
Yeah, she shows up with Nita.
Yeah.
It was after. Sorry, it was 1999, after the Hong Kong one.
All right. So, finally, after this big fight... she kills Nita. She shoots him through the neck in a very gory... Brutal scene, yeah. And then she, takes Maggie prisoner.
Yes, she takes Maggie prisoner, but then... Now, is this before or after someone says, oh shit, the dynamite warehouse is about to explode?
That's after.
Okay, so at this point, the master shows up. He's been vanished from the film for about...
Well, they take her to the dojo. Maggie takes her to the dojo, and that's when the master shows up. I was like, I thought he was dead, but I guess not.
He doesn't show up at the border?
Does he show up at the border? Maybe he does, and it was hard to follow. So much stuff was going on. So many factions.
While you're checking... Anyway, what happens is Maggie does get taken back to the dojo.
Yeah.
And the master is there, and he says to her... No, I'm pretty sure he takes her to the dojo. I think he kills...
He kills Maggie at the dojo.
No, not Maggie. No. He kills Kimie.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill her at the border?
No, Kimie puts her into a jeep.
Right.
She shoots Nita.
Yes.
And
the master shows up.
Then she says, drag her into the car, and one of her thugs says, come on, let's go. And the next scene, they're in the dojo.
Okay. So it's within driving distance of Macau.
Yeah.
Where is this? It's definitely not in Russia.
And then the master, the doors open and the master walks in.
Right, okay, so he didn't show up at the border.
And Kimie falls to her knees. She's like, Master, I brought Yip here.
So she's been working for him all along? But I thought she was... this is what I mean.
She said out loud, he's going to kill us because I'm a traitor.
But now she says... nothing...
I brought Yip Mao Mei here. Good. So you're the woman that Yu Long is in love with, he says to her. I can't figure out if she's...
He kills...
I think maybe she's trying to get back into his good graces, maybe?
I guess so. She's desperate. She knows she's no match for him. But he kills her. And then he says to Maggie Cheung, Yao Long is going to come here now, and I'm going to go out and face him. Only one of us is going to come back. If you're lucky, it'll be him. If you're not, it'll be me. he goes out, they have a fight. Yao Long Freeman uses his toes to get the drop on the Master, kills him. The Master manages to get out a final line, which is that I told you that anyone trained by me is killed by me.
Yeah.
Well, now I've been killed by someone I trained.
Right.
But not much of a final line. He dies.
Well, any one of them could have said that if they killed him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly fate.
It's not ironic. It could have been any of them.
Yeah. He's trained like hundreds of people.
Yes. Yeah.
All of whom turned on him.
Yes. By the way, he's also managed to put this cut on Freeman exactly like down the middle of his forehead and down his nose.
Yeah.
And it just makes it look weird for the final, like, romantic shot
Indeed.
when he rescues the heroine and
Just
walks
don't do
towards
that.
camera.
It's because they broke the...
He slaps the mask in two.
Yes, because he was wearing a mask.
Fine, but...
Most of the time...
It's just weird to have him walk towards camera in the final shot with this line of blood down, this straight line of blood. It's so weird.
He goes in and he rescues May at the end.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you have any trivia about this?
Not much. This film made around 11.6 million Hong Kong dollars, which is about 3.5 times what Killer's Romance made. So it was more successful.
Right.
However, I think that time has been kinder to Killer's Romance.
I'm not sure. I was able to find a, 1080p version of this.
Yeah, this one came out on...
Whereas Killer's Romance I could only find on Archive at 480.
Yeah, it seems like online Killer's Romance has a better reputation. And it's described as a cult film.
Right.
Of the John Woo kinetic bullet ballet style of movie. And also for fans of Simon Yam who want a movie about him before he went off the deep end. Although, Kumar, Simon Yam will be back.
Really? Okay, so we've had two that are going to come back. I have a hunch I know which movie it is.
I bet you do.
Huh, okay.
But, so while this one did better, I think Killer's Romance has probably more stood the test of time.
Okay.
At least in sort of in terms of the one people still like to watch. I don't think anyone's watching this film. Although this film did get a kind of like a DVD release, along with two other films of the 90s that were based on comics.
Okay. Okay.
Which seems relevant to this podcast, but for some reason I didn't write down the other two.
Okay.
So stay tuned to find out what they were.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we should go to our ratings.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so comic...
Volume 5.
Volume 5, look, I can't give it a full-throated yay because it's only the first 60 pages of Volume 5 that I really think are worth reading.
Yeah.
And maybe the last page.
And I'd say that... Look, it's enough for me. It's a yay.
Well, you've been pretty consistent.
Yeah, as I said, when I did the translation, because I'd only read the first volume, really, until I did that first translation in 2006 or 7. And I remember at that point being a little bit disappointed in 2, 3, 4, 5 compared to Volume 1. But reading it this time, I really did enjoy how much it ramps up and how crazy that 5th volume was. I think maybe I wasn't used to the tone or the shift from Volume 1 to the later volumes, but rereading it in the past couple weeks, it's just been unbelievable. Just weird, crazy comics that I really enjoyed and are so sleazy and trashy.
Yeah, I feel with this one, I mentioned how in the first week I was not into it. Then in the second week, it ramped up.
Yeah.
It wrenched free of the kind of faux dignity that Ikegami's art was lending to it.
That's a good description,
And reached heights of sleaze, which I found very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Then they reached their climax at the beginning of Volume 5.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, after the climax, appropriately, I think I punched through to disgust again.
Yeah, okay.
So this week, I'm going to split the difference and vote yay, nay.
Okay.
So nay, yay, yay, nay across the 3 weeks we've covered it.
Okay. This movie, there were moments that I liked. There were moments in the martial arts scenes that I liked.
Sure.
But it's interesting how much, as much as I disliked the low budget of last week, the martial arts was more gripping somehow.
I think... Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. There's some fun...
It's more tactile.
Yes. Yeah, I think we, as a people, have moved beyond wire,
Yeah.
kind of wire fighting.
Yeah.
It now, I think, looks a bit silly
Yeah.
to our modern eye. We've become used to a more visceral style of cinematic violence, I think.
I do kind of like when they were in enclosed spaces like the train cars or the shower.
Yeah.
I like those a bit.
There was some
and
cool
actually, I
scenes.
did kind of like the over-to-the-topness of the church fight.
That one's often mentioned online as a highlight.
Yeah.
As is the shower scene. But, you know, and Sam Hui's pretty... He can use a pair of nunchucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was saying, gee, Sam Hui can use a pair of nunchucks. And Vannie, who was watching the movie with me, said, yeah, but, you know, sort of everyone of a certain age.
Right.
She said, all my uncles, for example, used to play with nunchucks.
Okay, got it.
So he's sufficiently well trained to perform.
Doing the sit-ups.
Yeah, that was pretty. It's not quite the. We were getting them from a certain angle.
Yeah.
I think there was some camera flim-flammery going on. But it's not like Jackie Chan doing the same sit-ups in. I think it was Drunken Master Part 1, where he's literally banging himself into a tree trunk with every sit-up. It's deeply impressive. Here we're sort of the camera's above him, looking down.
Right.
I think there might have been a little bit of trickery with angles, but he's still using nunchucks doing sit-ups. It's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this is an A for me.
Oh yeah, it's an A for me too.
There are some fun moments, but it's just much too messy.
Yeah.
The plot, like I said, as I've said a couple of times in the past, the plot is really what makes a film succeed or not, I feel. And this film's plot is nonsensical.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seldomly had a film that's made as little sense as this one.
Yeah.
Even Gorgo 13 made more sense than this one. And that was a film where Gorgo 13 had no reason to move from location to location.
Yep.
A complete... I don't know if we've done it justice with our valiant attempts to lend some kind of narrative to this movie, but watching it is a little bit like you're having a stroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nay.
From minute one, I was like, "What are they talking about?" From the scroll, I was like, "What are they talking about?"
Yes. We had to unpack the scroll.
Yeah. Okay, adaptation. Now it's a bit of a cheat because this movie is not an adaptation. It's a theft. They're not claiming to be an adaptation of Crying Freeman. They're claiming they made it up. That said, I'm not sure how we're supposed to rate this as an adaptation. I think it's a bad adaptation of... If we say it's an adaptation of Crying Freeman, it's a bad adaptation. It's got a half hour...
Well, first of all, only half an hour of the movie is an adaptation of Crying Freeman. Yeah. So does it even count then?
Yeah.
There are some similarities, but they're all thrown in that 30-minute segment.
Yeah. Well, very close similarities.
100%.
Yeah.
Him standing in the picture frame, her shouting his name out.
Yeah, all the plot...
Knives in his teeth.
Yep.
Doing things with his toes.
Toe fights, yes.
But it's only that 30 minutes. Now, last week I mentioned that... And, of course, it's nothing... No one gets naked.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little bit of nudity. But it's very chaste again. Like, what was it chaste you said about last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, this is a very... For an adaptation of Crying Freeman...
Yeah.
No one is getting their head blown.
She's not even going to do a dance for the orphans in this one. No. For charity. There's no mention of any kind of sex life or anything.
How can you have... certainly there's
Except
plenty...
for the tattooing scene.
There's plenty of... the tattooing scene is fairly kinky. But there's plenty of craziness, but it's not the sleazy kind of craziness you get in Crying Freeman. Okay, so...
No.
Like we said last week, what happens when you strip out the style, the smut, and the nudity from... Crying Freeman, what are you left with? You're left with nothing, because Crying Freeman has no personality. Last week, they shoved in gangster tropes.
Yeah.
This week, they shoved in wuxia tropes.
Yeah.
So, unusual training, crazy sifu, an eccentric, trainer making you do a nuts training regimen, traitors, rival factions, people who are kind of... individuals clashing, people who represent a whole kind of martial lineage clashing with other people that represent a whole martial lineage. They've just shoved all that in to pad out 30 minutes of rip-off.
Yes.
So, and the changes they do make don't make sense.
Yeah.
Why set it in Russia?
Yeah. Why haven't witnessed the subway?
London made sense as a centre of international crime, but there's no crime going on in this movie. It's about a secretive underground organisation of assassins.
Yeah.
why set it in Russia? Why make them orphans? The changes they make don't...
Yeah.
It's all just... No, that's not how you do an adaptation. That's nay for me.
Yeah, it's a nay for me as well for all those reasons. It's not like... Well, even if you count it as a rip-off and not an adaptation, because they've ripped off those elements, they don't fit in with the rest of the movie. They don't... There's plot points that don't connect. They've made a mess of it by ripping stuff off.
That's the failing, that they've made a mess of it. You, right back at the start, you said Crying Freeman is drawing inspiration from wuxia.
Yeah.
With him backflipping around, doing stuff with his toes, being trained by a secretive organization. And in fact, The 108 Dragons is more like one of those kung fu schools, one of those martial brotherhoods from wuxia, than it is like a criminal organization, because they don't actually do any crime.
Yeah.
They just do kung fu. And yet, and the wuxia film of Crying Freeman sounds cool. I think that would be a cool adaptation.
Yeah.
So why doesn't this work? For all the reasons we said.
Yeah.
The changes make no sense.
Yeah.
The plot's a complete mess.
Yeah.
And the bits that they do include are just a fragment of the movie.
Yeah. But it begs the question, if you read this manga, you're a movie producer, why would you say, let's make a movie of this? Because it's so sexed up and unfilmable. It would have to be a porno.
Well,
if you were going to make it.
I think, that leads me to what I'd like to do now, which is let's vote on the 3 movies.
Okay.
First of all, which one do you think was the best movie?
Oh, well, I like the Dacascos one. I made that clear that week.
You certainly did, yeah.
Yeah, I do like that movie.
Yes. And that was also the only one you voted yay as adaptation for.
Right, yeah.
I also voted yay for adaptation.
Okay.
For me, my favourite was probably Killer's Romance.
Right, okay.
For the reasons I made plain last week.
Yeah.
It's probably the only one I'd watch again.
Yeah.
This film I found frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And silly.
It's weird that that one last week had a nostalgia trigger for you and this one didn't.
You'd think it would, and I was trying to figure out why, and I think it might be because I just don't dig wire fighting anymore, which is one thing that I've said.
Right.
But also that it was just so silly.
Yes. Got it. Yeah.
And it didn't help that it made no sense. It's hard to enjoy a thing that makes as little sense as this.
Yeah.
And not in a fun way, And of course the comedy doesn't land. We didn't mention that in our vote.
Yeah.
The comedy does not land, and it's distracting and annoying.
Yes.
Very annoying.
Yep.
But which of the 3 was the best adaptation?
I think the Dacascos.
We've made that clear because it's the only one we both voted yay for.
Yeah, it's the only one that really tries to follow the story, the look of it to a certain extent, the tattoos, the plot beats. It's mostly all there. It's not tonally the same as the comic.
No. So here you've got someone wants to make... So in that case, that one of the producers was like an Eastern cinema fan or something. So he was plugged into the world of... Says, this would make a good film. We can't have as much tits and bush.
Yeah.
But I think this is a compelling story.
Right.
And even though I didn't like the film, I think that that's how you would make a Crying Freeman film without it having an X rating.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I suppose it was a success. That's what you would go for.
Yeah.
A kind of exotic, slow-paced romance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then not, I'm just going to take everything out of this that makes it unique and tell a very bare-bones story with a characterless person and just shove in the tropes and beats from the medium that I'm used to filming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But you imagine if you're telling a friend, says, what's Crying Freeman about? You're like, oh my god, this woman is masturbating, her head gets blown off by a grenade.
Yeah.
While hundreds of army vets are jerking off around her.
Yeah. Sounds like...
Those are the things that you mention when you describe Crying Freeman to someone.
Yeah.
If you take out all that kind of stuff, your adaptation is just some bland thing that, as you mentioned, has to be a gangster movie or a wuxia movie, and it's just by the numbers.
And that's what the Dacascos film was a bit like that. I felt like it was a bit like that. When you describe it like that, it sounds like Jodorowsky's Dune.
Right.
That's the sort of thing Jodorowsky would have had.
Yeah.
I think it was 100 Harkonnens defecating.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But Jodorowsky's the bloke that needs to make a Crying Freeman adaptation.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
He would get 100 extras masturbating.
Yes.
He would do that.
Yes.
And on that note, what have you got for us next week?
Okay, well, first, please like, rate, review, subscribe. Please contact us through the email address in the show notes. I spelled the word episode wrong last week, and nobody emailed me about it.
Where are you, everyone?
I spelled it episode or something.
Oh my god.
I didn't notice until today. Or you can send us a DM on Facebook or Instagram, Blue Sky Threads, or YouTube. You can comment on YouTube or Reddit. All those links are in the show notes. And please join our Patreon at patreon.com/comicbookmovieoblivion. All one word.